On my mark.
5.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
The pipe. 5 by 5.
Woo! So how many drops is that for you guys, man? Oh man, it's a wild ride every single time with Bitcoin, up and down, man, like crazy. But we all know what the end result is. At the end of the day, Bitcoin will be going a lot higher than it is today. And right now, we're getting a lot of FUD from the mainstream media, which, you know, they're still, not everybody's convinced there, but you know, they're coming around. They're coming around, and we're gonna be talking about that and more. We're gonna also do a little bit of TA on Bitcoin. If you want to trade based on my TA, you can do so at buybit.davincij15.com, right? And if you want to watch this live, right, you can head over to davincij15.com, right, and subscribe, because we do this live, this show live every day, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Santiago time, and on the weekends at 11 a.m. Santiago time. So if you want to join us, right, you can do so by purchasing a subscription, right? Also getting Pandora's wallet for free, and looking at my portfolio and see what coins I'm buying and how I'm trading and so forth and all that good stuff. All right, so you can do that also if you you could also, if you wanted to just watch the show, right? Just want to watch the show. You don't want to like see all my portfolio and stuff, right? You could also purchase a small amount of the DJ15 tokens, and then you could watch the show live as well. Or if you don't have any money, you could just head over to Twitch, and we broadcast the show live on Twitch as well. Okay, with that said, right? Before we get on to all the TA for today, right? Remember, this is not financial advice, right? This is just trading entertainment. Remember to do your own research before putting any money in the market. All right, let's take a look at the charts, right? Okay, so now, as you can see, right, Bitcoin has bounced off of this lower bound right here that I had this actual, what's it called here? Oops, I need to move over here. And yeah, there we go. Click on that, yeah. And as you can see, Bitcoin, oh man, technical difficulties, has bounced off of this resistance or support level here. And we've had this support level drawn out for quite some time. And now that it's bounced, right, we could see that also this is I believe it is the 61.8 of the whole move, or almost at it. Let me just zoom out a little bit on the 12-hour, right? And then we can see that overall, from the last bottom to this current top of 61,781, that's almost the 61.8. So we're not quite there. We need to get to 50,000. But there's severe support here, so we're going to probably bounce once again, probably to test the upper trend line before we see any kind of rollover, because we're going to have to like test this support level, because there's a lot of buyers in this area wanting to buy Bitcoin, right? Most likely Michael Saylor probably holding this price down, and like he purchased an average price at this price at 53,000. So you know, he's like, yeah, I'll get some if it gets below that. so yeah, we can see that he's probably in this market going, yeah, I'll take some of that action. You want to buy some? You want to sell me some Bitcoin? No problem, right? You know, you know what I say? Buy your Bitcoin and pray for the billionaires. Well, don't worry, they're coming. Right, whenever you sell, they're gonna be able to get your Bitcoin on the cheap, because hey, you know what? They engineer all of this to get you to be fearful and sell your Bitcoins. And you know what? I'm shocked that people do this, and when they think when they don't understand that this is such a rare asset, that you know, not every billionaire can actually own a full Bitcoin, and you want to sell it to them, they'll happily get it from you, man. They're happily to get it from you. So yeah, sell away. and you're just making the billionaire rich because you know what? They have a larger time horizon than you do to buy Bitcoin. So yeah, hold your Bitcoins, man, because this thing we are going to see $1 million this year for sure. Sure, it's okay to you know what, take profits and stuff like that and buy something for yourself, of course, right? Buy yourself something nice. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know what? Just don't go like, oh, you know what? Screw it. Sell it all right now, and I'll buy back cheaper later, because that's one way to wreck city. So don't do that. I've tried that beforehand, and it hurts, man, when you see you know, price action bounces up here, right? You're thinking, oh no, it's going to go lower. It's going to 47, and then it just continues higher, right? Which is a possibility, right? So yes, right? Yes, that's correct. We are almost at the what's it called? The 61.8. Let me just see if I can bring up here another chart right here. There we go, and we zoom out a little bit, right? And I want to get rid of this right here and draw on the Bybit chart the Fibonacci levels, because I think these are all important now. But on the Bybit, right? Because when you're trading, right, make sure you trade off of the and you're doing your fibs. You make sure you do them on the markets that you're actually going to trade off of. So if you're going to trade on Bybit, make sure you do your analysis on the Bybit price action and not just the spot price. So you can see the 61.8 is like staring at us. There's no way we come all the way down here, break through the 4-hour 200 period moving average, and not look at the 61.8. Unlikely, very unlikely. 61.8 is too heavy of a number to like at least like have a candlestick below that. You can see with all my my indicators, there is a little bit of pressure here to hold the price down. Let's just see if there's hold the price up actually. Let's just take a look to see if there is an actual divergence in the price action. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Yes, we do. We have, Houston, we have divergence. Okay, so doesn't mean, now that doesn't not mean you go long here and you hold strong. No. Right? Generally, when on the 4-hour, what happens is there's a bounce. When there's a divergence, there's a bounce, right? There's a little bit of bounce. Don't be surprised about that. I would suggest we're probably going to just roll up to this 13 EMA or get close to it, but not all the way up there. Right? And then we're going to come back down, probably test the 61.8, fail that, and then go off. So really what you should do is probably hit the 61.8 as your entry level. And that's probably what I'm going to do, because it looks like the most likely scenario here. And a 5%, do a 2% loss, take a 2% stop loss off of the 61.8 and carry it to 2 to 1. There we go, right on the dot, 2%, perfect. And then we're gonna only take a 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Now you could always take half of the profits and let it ride, right? Let your winners ride. It's up to you, totally up to you. And just take the 2 to 1. So yeah, this seems like the most likely target. Heading over to Ethereum though, I'm not going to accept that the 61.8 is the only target on Ethereum. So let's just bring up here. Let me just bring it up, the actual chart. Wow, that was a spike wick up here. That was probably not represented on the spot. Yeah, it's not. I mean on the in any other markets probably is because it's just because there's probably fat finger a trigger that happened here. So we're gonna have to discount that wick because it was probably a fat finger. you can see we bounced off of the 61.8, right, and we just like left it really fast. So don't be surprised if Bitcoin does the exact same thing, and then you get a chance to like take a little bit of profits off of that. However, with the prediction that Bitcoin might be rolling over a little bit because of the divergence. Let's see if there's a divergence here. Yeah, there is no 4-hour divergence actually. Oops. Let me just make that bigger. There we go. Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is actually. Didn't look like it. No, that's not divergence. No, that is not a divergence, right? So this would have to be lower. For divergence, this would have to be lower, and this would have to be higher. The bottom have to be higher here. So no divergence here. So that's indicates there's more pressure, downward pressure. The R side is a little bit heavily oversold, so don't be once again this thing has to probably bounce a little bit higher, maybe even touch the 200 period moving average for Ethereum, and then roll over to create a new low and head over to 78.6. That's where I would be looking to buy on a Hail Mary pass here, which is what which my Hail Mary is buying the 78.6, right, taking it to stop lossing it at the swing low and taking it 2-to-1. It's heavy. This is heavy, 10% down. So you have to, if you're going to take this, right, you have to do less than what you have to bet, less than what your portfolio is, a lot less than what your portfolio is, total amount in your portfolio, and then leverage up from that, or just do zero leverage basically, and then bet half of your portfolio, right, so that you only take the 5% risk. And so that's one way to make sure that only a 5% risk is taken on this particular trade. Odds of this breaking is pretty low, but still possible. So make sure that it's only a 5% risk that you're taking. There's clearly going to be a bounce here, because once we like stop run these people, right? There's like, look at all these people that they're sitting there thinking they're all protected. That there's no way Bitcoin is going to be, Ethereum is going to come all the way down here to test them, right here. I think these guys are up here, are feeling a little bit scared, but still we bounced off of it. Let's see here. Yep, they haven't been taken out yet. These guys down here, right here, looking to hold their stop losses, but eventually, right? I think because Ethereum loves it to run to wipe out. To wipe out people, I would find it hard to believe that Ethereum does not come down here and just go, yeah, no, you're done, and then go up. Ethereum loves that, man. Ethereum loves to do that, too much, too often. So yeah, this is where I'm looking to buy. So hopefully we come down there, right? But you know what? Never know what might happen, right? We could just be. Yeah, okay, those people are lucky, and off we go to the races and into new all-time highs. The dominance, every time the dominance feels like it's about to break down, it just like fails again, man. It's like, I don't know what's going on with Bitcoin dominance in the all seasons, because my portfolio is increasing like heavy, right? And yet, I'm not seeing this translate into a massive on the dominance. I'm not seeing this translate on the dominance, even though my portfolio is up majorly. I don't know. I'm gonna throw it up to the fact that Bitcoin is getting purchased by the corporations and so forth, and they're not really looking at too much at the altcoins, but don't worry. The people are coming. They're coming. We just need some more time before they realize, hey, you know what? That 3 trillion that stimulus that they're thinking of buying, they're thinking of throwing at the market is it is going to be inflationary a little bit. So they're going to come and they're going to be like, no, I can't buy a whole Bitcoin. I'm going to buy altcoins. So I'm not worried about that. And so I think everybody who's here already in the altcoin space is about to get a bonus. All right. With that said, Fed Powell says, hey, Bitcoin is more of a is more of a substitute for gold than the dollar. Fed's Powell says that. Wow. Okay. Substitute for gold than the dollar. Okay, yeah. Well, I have to agree with that, right? Because that's I mean, they don't have control over the of gold of bitcoins as they do as gold. So that means that the Fed has to come in and control this market, and so they're a long way away from that. That the good thing is they're a long way from that, because Paul Volcker said, "Hey, you know what? This would have been a lot easier back in the '80s, right? When there was runaway inflation. People thought that hey, we were going into hyperinflation back then, and they had to raise interest rates, right? And they said, okay, Paul Volcker said my life would be easier if we had managed the price of gold. Well, right now, Paul Volcker's life would be easier. I mean, Powell's life, the Fed chairman, Jerome Powell's life would be a lot easier if they managed the price of Bitcoin. Because now, every time, right, Bitcoin moves up and Bitcoin makes a millionaire and somebody makes wealth off of Bitcoin, they bring them in and then they come in for the money and then they stay for the ideology because they learn how our financial system is unfair and it transfers wealth from the poor and the middle class to the rich and through inflation, right? So they realize that printing money is wrong. Uniswap, right? Looking forward to Uniswap becoming dropping 3.0 because you know what? A lot of people want to buy my DJ15 token, right? And they can't because of the high fees. And with the roll-ups and so forth that they're coming in with 3.0, it will make fees a lot cheaper, probably even low to zero. Just the what's it called, the transaction fees, not even the transaction fees, but just the what's it called, oh darn, it's the trading fees is what you would be paying most likely with the new version of 3.0 because it moves it off to another chain completely. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that works. I'm looking forward to that. All right, so also Bitcoin could plunge 90% into a winter lasting years after another surge. Crypto exchange founder says, okay, 90%. Wow, this is pure FUD, right? You know what I'm thinking, right? Had Bitcoin dropped 90%, the first time it did, right? The very first bubble I was in, it dropped 90%. But after that, right, the maximum it dropped was 80%. So where does this 90% come from, and why, right? Too many corporations understand the difference between an asset that's unlimited can be created unlimited to infinity, right? Or has no cap on supply compared to an asset that does, right? Sure, your average Joe doesn't get that, but a corporation does, right? And so the more they buy this thing and put it away and use the crappy system that we have right now called the Federal Reserve System or fractional reserve banking, the more this asset will increase. So it doesn't make any sense to get rid of it, right? When the cycle ends, right? It makes absolutely no sense, right? Especially since a lot of corporations have a longer term vision, right, than the most average person. So I don't know where this nonsense is coming from, but hey, that's the way people feel sometimes, right? They want to come out and say something to either rattle the market or to get the attention, right? So with that said, right, Bitcoin's not going away. Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to buy some and be a part of it. Cheers, people.